Hello, welcome to our mindfulness presentation. My name is Caitlyn Gajo with Sharp Health Plan's Best Health Team, and this is Rachel.
Hi, my name is Rachel Heredia, and I'm also with Sharp Health Plan and the Best Health Team. And thank you for joining us today.
Today we're going to focus on what is mindfulness, mindfulness in schools and at work, how to eat mindfully, stress and anxiety control, compassion, gratitude, technology, work life balance, time management, health benefits of mindfulness, and lastly, resources in our Best Health Coaching program.
So, what is mindfulness? It involves relaxation, it helps you to live more in the present, helps you to find your inner self, and really helps you take a breather from daily life. The true value of mindfulness, when practiced regularly, helps you to be more present in your everyday life, especially when you're not able to practice. So let's take a listen to this short 2-minute clip. John discusses what mindfulness and meditation are really about, specifically involving the presence of heart.
If you don't know anything at all about meditation, what it really is it's about paying attention in a systematic way, and for no reason other than to be awake. Because a lot of the time, if you pay attention to where your mind is at, it's not in the present moment. It's off someplace else, either in the future or in the past. You know all this. We spend huge amounts of time worrying and planning, and then being upset about what happened or what didn't happen in the present moment, which is the only time we have to create or to be in relationship or to love or to do anything. It gets kind of squeezed, and so we're blasting through our present moments to get hopefully to better moments at some point, whether it's the weekend or vacation in the Bahamas or whatever it is, where it'll all fall together. And then of course it doesn't, because it rains and the kids are cranky or sick or you can't go or whatever it is. So the conditions are never actually right for being in the present moment, which is why we don't want to be there so much. I mean, if they were just great, then of course we'd all just be here all the time. But since it's never really satisfactory, we drive ourselves insane, really, trying to rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic, as opposed to sort of understanding that we're not the Titanic to begin with. So anyway, that calligraphy was the calligraphy for mindfulness. And I just want to say that in Chinese, various ideograms are made up of other ideograms, and the character for mindfulness is made up of the ideogram for presence, that's the top one, like a little hat, over the character for heart. So when you hear the word mindfulness, you have to understand it as presence of heart.
Mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. The more we can practice mindfulness consistently throughout our lives, the more we are well equipped to respond versus react and really take control over our responses to different external stimuli.
So, mindfulness in schools and at work, research shows that mindfulness enables improved attention and better performance on objective tasks, increased compassion to ourselves and to others, emotion regulation and less reactivity, as well as reduced feelings of stress and anxiety. So, a couple tips to integrate mindfulness into work. You could explore a guided meditation before a meeting or an event. You can do it live or through YouTube or other resources we'll mention at the end. You can also practice caring and compassion for ourselves and for others by offering wishes such as May we be happy. May we be safe. May we be filled with love. Carrying wishes can be used when we experience discomfort, maybe before presenting or speaking in a group, or just simply to send kindness to another person, knowing that we all wish to be happy. And I think many people misunderstand what mindfulness means. They think Zen, meditation, a mystic practice, but really it just boils down to quieting our mind by losing the self. So, helping others by sharing tips, tricks, and resources, it just can help other people in the workplace and to be more mindful in our daily lives. So, how to eat mindfully? We want to practice the acronym BASICS. So, for B, breathe and belly check. And it's just slowing down, listening to your body. Are you truly hungry? Are you bored, thirsty? And then A is assessing your food. Is this what you're hungry for? Can you recognize all the ingredients? Or is it too processed? Will this satisfy your mind and your body? Is this fuel for your body? And then S, slow down. Allow your brain to sense the fullness before you're stuffed. Put down your silverware, breathe, chew completely, pay attention to your brain signals. Then I, investigate hunger levels. Are you eating just to clear your plate? Avoid distractions, be aware of your current activity. C, chew your food completely. Notice the taste, the texture, the pleasure of your food. Chew completely and swallow before your next bite. And then lastly, S, savor your food. Choose your foods that you enjoy, actively enjoy the food while it is present, and appreciate it.
So, how does mindfulness relate to stress and anxiety and really help us control stress and anxiety? So, let's just keep in mind these thoughts and feelings, they're temporary, they're unattached to you. You do not have to move into the future with them. They're merely information. They're trying to give you information about something that you are responding to or reacting to. They're not concrete, but they're your perspective. So with this, it helps us understand how does stress and anxiety actually serve us versus us feeling like they're always a negative experience. And I know, in the past, we used what we called the fight or flight, and we still use that. We still have that same reaction to stress. And unfortunately, we still have the same physiological reaction when we release those hormones. And really, it is truly to fight or flight. But our bodies don't necessarily do that. So we're not using the same hormones in the same way as we had maybe in the past or our ancestors used to use it. We may respond in the same way to a pile of papers that your boss leaves on your desk and you feel an increase in stress, an increase in anxiety. What if I can't get this done? I have all of this to do. Maybe the last time this happened, I wasn't able to complete it. So the power of mindfulness here is it brings you back to the very present moment, and it allows you to control that reaction and hopefully respond appropriately. And we'll talk a little bit more about kind of juggling priorities and how mindfulness can help us support that. So one quick exercise that we can do together. If you've recently had a negative thought or feeling, take a deep breath and let that feeling go. Sounds easier said than done, but it's very, very powerful. And the more you practice that, the more easily it will come, especially in moments where you really need it. So let's talk about compassion and the power of compassion. So we often hear the word empathy, sometimes actually used almost synonymously with compassion. So we have a few definitions here from Bob McClure, who does Stanford Compassion Cultivation Training. So he defines empathy as to feel another's pain. And then loving kindness, the wish that someone be happy. Compassion, the wish that someone be free of suffering. So as you compare these three, empathy, loving kindness, and compassion, it really helps you to understand a little bit about how we can best serve not only other people by having these three experiences with them or for them, but also to serve ourselves. When we over empathize with people, sometimes it can actually create burnout and really drain our energy. But as you exercise compassion and wish that someone be free of suffering, it really separates you from their experience and allows you to wish for them versus jump into it with them. And then this is from a study, Compassion in Your Relationship, and what it encourages. So the study found that there was lower emotional stress responses. There was more positive pre and post conflict perception from each of the people involved in the relationship. There was better communication throughout the relationship, and overall relationship well-being when compassion was practiced within that relationship.
So we want to talk about gratitude also. Gratitude helps us appreciate our inner connections. People who practice gratitude have fewer aches and pains and are more likely to take care of their health. And gratitude reduces a multitude of toxic emotions, and it also increases our mental strength and resilience. So, a really quick exercise we can do is to express gratitude to those you appreciate. Not really just telling them what you're grateful for, but also expressing gratitude in an active way. Maybe you can think of ways to express that outwardly, like sending flowers or a meal, writing a letter, spending time with them, probably virtually right now. Um, yeah, so those are just the simple ways that we can take a few minutes to reflect on the good things that happen during the day, or what you can do to help people that you're grateful for. And then technology. Many of us check our devices by habit, out of boredom or when we're lonely. But studies are showing, especially now, people are way more lonely than they ever were. We're losing that genuine connection. We aren't able to gather in person as much anymore, especially with others outside of our bubble. Um, a good thing to do would be to disconnect to recharge and to also regain that productivity. I know a lot of times our device tells us when to breathe, or they also gives like a percentage of how often you are using your screen time. So those are good things to look through and see, maybe there's a mindfulness practice that you could utilize to fill that time instead of mindlessly scrolling, um, through Instagram or Facebook or any other social media, or your emails. Maybe you're working too long and looking through emails like late at night. Set reminders for yourself to get off your technology, to disconnect and to breathe. Um, and the quick exercise is just to keep a log for a day, recording the amount of time. So you could either do that on your own, or you can do that through your phone.
So I mentioned this earlier, a little bit about work-life balance. Mindfulness starts with choosing to see how we show up in life, making conscious choices about what our presence looks and feels like in each moment. So just understanding that work-life balance is a choice. It is something that we actually can create and set boundaries around and really prioritize. We can take ownership of work-life balance, and as we prioritize it and begin to take better care of ourselves, we'll then see our ability to be able to take care of our other priorities in our lives, our families, our friends, our work, all the other priorities, and how enhanced those experiences are, and our ability to be present in all of those experiences because we've prioritized not only the mindfulness, but work-life balance. Time management, very, very important, especially in work-life balance. So a few tips here. Know your goals, rank your priorities, write down those plans, get organized, learn how to say no. One of the toughest things for people to say, but it doesn't have to be a hard no. It can always be something, maybe for example, I would love to support you in that. I just have to take care of this one thing first and I'll get right on it. How can you focus better on your current task? Know your prime time. That's such a key tip that I often utilize. So do you wake up in the morning, maybe have a cup of coffee, and you are really able to focus? Maybe those first 2 to 3 hours is sometimes that's where you get your best work in. So create that space, create that time, maybe set those boundaries as your heads down working time. and then maybe push off a few meetings a little bit later on in the day. Or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe in the morning you really like to meet and kind of sync and engage with your coworkers or even your family. Go over your calendar, go over your meetings, and then create that space later on in the afternoon for you maybe to go a little bit more heads down on those projects. So just learning what your prime time is and how you can create that space for yourself. And then don't forget to allow some slack for yourself. No one is perfect. We all hold very high expectations for ourselves, and sometimes it's okay for us to allow a little bit more slack.
So we just talked a lot about how using mindfulness reduces our stress and anxiety. It increases compassion and gratitude. And we learned how to be more mindful and in the present when eating or with technology, work, and time management. So here are just some wonderful physical health benefits of mindfulness. It's good for our hearts. It may decrease cognitive decline from aging or Alzheimer's. It may improve our immune response. It may reduce cell aging, and it may help reduce physiological pain. So we thought we would practice a short meditation. This is just a 1 minute mini mindfulness practice through Headspace. It's a breathe in and breathe out and let go exercise. So let's go.
Hi, and welcome to Headspace. So no matter what's going on in your life right now, no matter how many thoughts are racing around your mind, no matter how the body's feeling, just take a moment to sit down and take a big deep breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you breathe in, a sense of taking in fresh air, the lungs expanding. As you breathe out, a sense of letting go of any stress in the body, in the mind, just feeling the muscles soften and relax. And close your eyes if you'd like to. One more. Breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just take a moment to pause. Allow the thoughts to come and go. And then just gently opening the eyes again.
I thought that was really nice. So we wanted to also offer some virtual resources to help support you in mindfulness in your body as well. Best Health Wellness, we have our Studio Sweat on Demand partnership. It's like a Netflix of fitness, exercise classes. You're going to have yoga, you're going to have HIIT, you're going to have kickboxing, cardio, um, cycling, all the different things basically that's available you can do at a discounted price. We also have our Best Health Coaching as well as our Best Health site with learning modules, trackers, wellness assessment, and we'll talk a little bit more about coaching on the next slide. And then we also wanted to let you guys know about some mindfulness apps that we really enjoy. Headspace was the one that we just used from one of their guided meditations. They have breathing tips, they have guided meditations, body scans, thought and emotion analysis, same as Smiling Mind, Aura, and Mindfulness Daily. Some of them also have challenges on gratitude and kindness. So check those out. There's a lot on gratitude journaling as well. That can be really helpful for you throughout your mindfulness journey.
And to add a little bit of detail about the Best Health Coaching Program, really our coaches are there to build a relationship with you, support you in reaching your goals, and to be the best version of yourself. It's a free 6-week program. It's all telephonic based. It's extremely goal oriented. So when you meet with a coach, they're going to help you break down both that long-term goal that you're trying to achieve in whatever area you're looking for, broken down into maybe monthly, weekly, daily, even hourly, if that's something that's important to you. The different programs that we have are weight management, tobacco cessation, nutrition, exercise, And specifically stress management for this presentation, I think is important to address because mindfulness and meditation is very, very important to reducing our stress levels or appropriately using stress in our lives. So this is something that you can discuss with your coach and maybe set goals around different mindfulness or stress management techniques. That could be maybe utilizing Headspace 3 times a week, maybe daily, maybe using a meditation right before you go to sleep for 5 minutes just to support better sleep management. So different types of goals that you can set with your coach, and they'll help to explore with you and just really help, like I said, you to become a better version of yourself. You can email that besthealth@sharp.com, and that goes directly to our health coaches. So that'll help you get started.
So we just wanted to say thank you so much for listening. We enjoyed it. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day.